so...
It'll be interesting to see what happens to her interactive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like...
Speaking of her interactive, I actually do have that GBA game.
You're joking. I
I'm
thought
not.
that was... Oh, no.
I'm not.
Why?
One day, you and I are going to stream
Oh my
Message
gosh.
in a Haunted Mansion on the GBA.
It's not meant for that. It's meant for computers.
But you know, in the interim, do you think there are any Halloween-appropriate Nancy-Do games?
Oh, I could name like all of the that I
Because
can
I
think
could
of.
quick install one and...
Oh, sure. There is... Ooh, did I even play that? I don't remember where it is.
Ideally one they'll run on this computer.
Well, I am an expert in that.
Select one of the earlier ones.
Oh, one of the
I'd
earlier
say.
ones. I don't like Secrets Can Kill is about a murder. Aside from that, it's not very Halloween-y. I guess Legend of the Crystal Skull. I don't think that's very recent. It shouldn't be recent. It wasn't very good.
It was one of the later ones. I don't think it would run.
Oh.
I actually have a copy here.
What's in the Nancy Drew box? Would any of those
The
work?
first 5 games.
Cool. Let's see them, because I don't remember the names all of a sudden.
We have Secrets Can Kill, Stay Tuned for Danger, Message in a Treasure in a Royal Tower, Final Scene, and Message in a Haunted Mansion. But again, we have
Message
to play
in a Haunted Mansion would be the most... See, but we're not going to get very far. I refuse to believe that her interactive could manage to pull themselves together.
You know, actually, it probably would be a good idea to play Message in a Haunted Mansion on stream before playing the GBA port.
Oh, so that people will know that it's not... It wasn't that bad. It was actually good on the computer. I have no idea what it's like. I could be about to eat all of these words when we ever get around to it.
The tastiest meal.
Speaking of Charles Dickens. Too much meal. It's hard because I can't include you in this because you weren't subjected to...
Oh yeah, no. I would put up a fuss. By the way, are we keeping Barbie Story Maker?
On display.
But like seriously,
No.
either of these games are we...
I don't think that niece would enjoy that very much. I'm all about protecting identities, specifically of children.
Oh, I forgot to turn this off. That must have been really annoying.
Woo!
I have an air purifier in here because I have tinnitus.
I did not even notice it. It's that wonderful time of year where everything is running as we try desperately not to die from winter.
Okay, so for some reason autoplay didn't start. Apparently because there is no autoplay.
It's my favorite kind of autoplay. Ooh, we need a notebook.
Cool.
Wait, this isn't my office, dude. I don't know where your stuff is. But you actually do need a notebook for this if you're going to...
I've played this before. I know what we need.
I love how blasé-faire you are about this. I know! It's like we're about to investigate something that could end in a murder. And you're like, I know what I'm doing. Can we please start a detective agency? Like, just make like a detective agency story with like a character portrayal. Wow.
The character portrayal. that sounds
It
like
feels
a great
like it
idea.
is 13 o'clock.
13. If it weren't that game was just visual diarrhea.
Oh, it was so ugly.
Like,
I mean,
you couldn't. Everything. Like,
You'd
it
have
was
to try to make
so
a game uglier
messy.
than that.
Oh,
But it
gosh.
did
Why am I
remind me.
over here?
I don't know. You were lonely, I guess? You missed your big computer? Oh, you were getting a notebook, my dude! Notebook, notebook, notebook,
Oh, right,
notebook, notebook.
Oh, I should have been streaming this at 1080p.
So, Charles Dickens. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I believe that most books from a certain time period suffer from not enough plot. I'll make the mini book work if that's what we have to work with.
That's what I've generally used.
I'll need a pen. Listen, my child, to the story of dreams. I know that the beginning is more difficult than it seems. This is not a pen. I would like to go on record as saying that this is not only half of a pen, but it's the wrong half of a pen. No, that's how we take it apart. So we're playing how does this pen work and how much? Really? No.
Deb? No, hold it.
What's the point of this? This is the most needlessly. I don't know if they were able to see. It started this big, and then you twist it.
No, there's no twisting. There's no twisting.
Well,
Okay,
that's how I got
this
it out.
pen. Actually, no. I have this pen. You take it. And then
But what's the point of that?
so that takes up less space.
This is how I would lose pens. I already lose no, okay. People steal my pens. That's what's going on here. Can people hear? I'm not gonna listen. There's only so much audio I can take in a day.
Listen, my child, to this story.
Turn the music volume a little lower so that people can hear
No,
the...
music is good.
When the
Yeah, music is good, but voice is darn important.
When the
Music is
four-sided
good.
box loses its border. When the eye of the
It's
Music is
very
good.
high. Do you see we are... Yellow.
Yellow.
I'm trying to remember to keep an eye on that over there.
Hi, it's Nancy Jordan.
I do.
Welcome to my
By the way, am I in frame? I don't care.
message in a
Senior
haunted
detective,
mansion.
right?
Choose your difficulty level to start off.
If we're playing senior detective, you're playing alone.
Senior detective.
You missed it. There was lightning. It was crucial to the game.
Hello from stormy San Francisco. This time I'm staying in a beautiful Victorian mansion. You'd
This is
love
how
the
all
room
Nancy
I'm in.
Drew games
It's
start.
full of old
It's
Chinese
just, this is the
furnishings
style.
and some interesting knick-knacks. The owner of the house,
Actually
Rose
not paying
Green, is a
attention to
friend
you.
of Hannah and asked me to come out and help her with
No,
some
I know. I'm trying to
renovation work.
entertain the
She
people
and her
who've
friend
seen this
Abby
game
hope to
1,000
turn the
times.
place into a bed
Because
and
it's a
breakfast by next month.
masterpiece.
But from what I gathered, Rose isn't sure if she can open in time. Ever since they started
not
the
gonna write
renovations,
everything down.
they've had a lot of
Normally I
accidents.
write down the
Could it be
suspects,
just
but like
bad
I know
luck,
who did
Or
it.
is there something more sinister at work?
I know.
I'm sure
it
I'll
was
find
no.
out. Love,
Okay, you
Nancy.
gave it away.
I know it was a person.
There you
It was
go.
a human being.
There you go. It's still a little bit of a spoiler.
I'm not anticipating doing a full playthrough of this.
Okay, you
Just-
still spoiled it for them. Like, if you're gonna do spoilers on a game that's like a decade old, at least. Look at the poem. Look, poem first. Poem first. Poem first.
Okay.
Listen, my child, to this story of dreams, and know that the beginning is more difficult than it seems. When the 10 daughters are reunited in order, when the 4-sided box loses its border, when the eye of the phoenix is in your hand, when the bird of fire can see again, when the moon sleeps and the sun plays, the king of the sky will shine his ray, and hidden beneath a river of colors will lie a gate to golden wonders.
Yeah, and doesn't this game like cross off these things? Like can you imagine that? You get like the ancient prophecy and it's automatically checking off everything.
Okay, so this is one of the older games, so it doesn't hold your hand quite as much as some of the newer Her Interactive Nancy Drew games. It's locked. But yeah, this diary is unhelpful and stupid. It doesn't do anything. It's not. There's no point to looking at it again.
This game has a tutorial, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but it's intuitive. You don't need a tutorial.
No, yeah, I know. I played through the tutorial.
For the
with
people
our
who
niece.
like harder, more punishing game, click on it.
Daughters of Diligence
When
earn.
the 10 daughters are reunited
See,
in order.
When you play on kitty mode, which is my go-to because I'm here to have a good time, I'm not here to like.
Oh, does it? Can you find like what these characters mean?
You just did, my dude.
No, I mean, is there like
Daughter. That
Oh,
that sign
that
means
symbol
daughter.
means daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, so you would just have to ascertain that yourself in Master Detective?
Yeah, in senior mode, you would have to. I think not even the words are highlighted in senior. But I'm just here to have a good time. You're missing stuff. You're missing stuff. Go back and pixel search. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, isn't there one of these things?
It's stuck.
It's
I
stuck.
just needed you to know that
stuck.
it's there.
It's stuck.
You can't open it. It's stuck, and Nancy's a wuss. There, I said it. Ah, this place. It just has good vibes, you know? Like, it's
I love
nice
the
to look
music.
at. What are you doing, you psychopath? I'm joking. It's just weird to see someone who isn't me play this game. Because I always...
Hello, Nancy. I
Yeah,
see you've arrived
she's
safely
always the
from your
first
long
person I
journey.
talk to.
But I'm sensing an aura of danger around you. I can tell you're an inquisitive type, a little skeptical.
She is
Don't believe
bad
in
at
ghosts.
conversation.
Actually, how long does this game take to complete?
I don't believe
If
in
you play it, like, correctly?
I know many things. I know how to communicate with the spirits, and I know things about people that they don't tell me. Call it intuition
Like, not
or ESP.
cheating?
The spirits
could take a
themselves
little
are
while.
interested in you, especially since you
I mean,
don't
I could
believe in
check, but it's not one of the
They may
longer
give you a
ones. It
rough
doesn't
time
have,
just to get your
like, the
attention.
obnoxious padding that... I mean, the superior gameplay that Midnight in Salem has.
Oh gosh.
I'm not sure, but for some reason the
So
name
for
Valdez
context,
has a
we-
strong connection with this mansion.
It's a tradition. It was a tradition for us to play every single Nancy Drew game. And yeah, Midnight in Salem just...
We didn't realize that Her Interactive as a company had some serious problems and went from having a full staff to, I think, 2.
Do you have any
I
information?
don't even fully know the full story, but we played their latest game and we're like, Wow.
Time
This
will
was
be revealed.
different. Oh, now she's busy going,
Yeah. I asked about someone Valdez. I don't know. You were
oh yeah,
rambling.
Cordes or whatever.
Cordo Cordes.
I don't know. Like, the game really tries to make you care about people who are dead, but like, he's not a suspect, he's dead.
So you were talking, and there was like a, I see you.
Yeah. So if you do that enough, you get kicked out of the house. Because as it turns out, they're more concerned with people who vandalize than they are with people who creak! Who solve mysteries. So I love that in the Nancy Drew games, where they're like, hi, Nancy, I'm hiring you because we need to figure out what's going on here. What? You didn't make the eggs and bacon correctly? You are off the case!
By the way, I forget. Didn't you say you once saw like a face in this or something?
No. What I saw and no one else saw, but it's finally, I have video proof. Someone on YouTube captured it.
You do.
Because everyone told me I was crazy. I would play this game with my sisters. And they are older than me, which, for anyone who has older siblings, you know that that basically means they... You know what that means. They did not believe... No, but let me write down the number. Numbers are important.
Yeah, generally.
4...
653.
6, 5, 3. Thank you. I could even tell you what it's for, but like, let there be mystery, I guess. In this room, right there is an end table. You see the end table?
This?
Yes. And every once in a while, it sticks its neck out.
Oh, this thing.
Yes, the phoenix or whatever sticks its neck out.
Looks like a swan to me.
I don't care. It sticks its neck out, and it freaked me out as a kid. And that's cool. And I was trying to convince everyone that I had seen it, but we could not get it to happen again.
Oh man, there's a cutscene.
And now I cannot be in this room without just staring at it.
Yeah. There was a cutscene in Bionicle the game that I only managed to trigger once, where you see it's in the Leiwa stage, and it's just a cutscene of the final boss of the stage, Gurok, I think is the name of the Rakshi, just sort of stalking you from in the forest, and I could never get it to trigger
Those
again.
are the best, honestly, because that's what gets you playing the game more.
I mean, yeah.
So these you just look at and you're like, oh, look, old stuff.
So there's nothing to...
Like, generally, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. If there is anything you need to read in Nancy Drew, it's generally not important.
It's good to know it's here.
I have just marathoned 1 billion of their games. And I just stopped reading after a certain point because it didn't matter to the mystery. Oh, and this, I have such a big problem. I will fully admit that Midnight in Salem it's not one of their top 10 games. But at least when they have text that you have to read that's on papers, they give you the option of just reading it like text on a computer, changing it.
They weren't the first ones to do that. Myst-like games have been doing that
No, but
for
Her
time.
Interactive.
Yeah, it's the first Her Interactive game to do that.
Yes. And so I will give them credit for, yeah, you have to call people. 1-523-555-4468. Don't call home. 1-523-555-4468. In a later game, they changed her phone number, and I'm not a fan. But then again, in later games, they also
Also, the
force you.
making this
Hi,
a touch tone phone instead of a rotary phone, which is obviously what it's modeled as.
I'm in San Francisco, helping a
Yeah.
friend of Hannah's renovate
Oh
an old
man,
Victorian
it was so fun
mansion.
using a rotary
She
phone.
wants to open up a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I have a rotary phone
Strange
in the
accidents
garage.
have delayed the project.
Uh-oh.
They were great. It was
Well, get
especially
this.
fun
One
when
of the
Mom was
owners,
trying to
Abby,
call
thinks the place is
support.
haunted by a ghost named Valdez.
And
Oh,
she was
gosh.
like, what do I do on a rotary phone? And they're
Sounds
like,
like
no
another
one
case
uses
is
rotary
coming
phones
for us.
anymore. It doesn't matter. And she's like, I am calling you on a rotary phone. She doesn't usually get sassy, but when she does, it's very fun.
Okay.
Okay, so literally nothing you say to Bess matters. But
Okay.
you just need to talk to people on the phone occasionally. It's one of the things that I will say is a fault of the Nancy Drew games, is that sometimes you just need to call people for the story to progress. And it's like, no, I could have figured this out on my own. But okay, Nancy needs to talk to people. Nancy is lonely.
Nancy Drew? I haven't heard from you in ages. How's Hannah in River Heights?
Wait, which voices?
You're not in San Francisco, are you, my dear?
Obnoxiously southern.
No, that's fine. Prudence Rutherford is the one who it's like a little bit of penance to listen to at times.
I'm helping one of Hannah's
Especially
friends
because like she will do
renovate this
full on like it
wonderful
doesn't
old
matter.
Victorian mansion.
Prudence
She wants to
Rutherford
open
just
up a bed and
talks for the
breakfast.
sake of talking. She's like, I have a dog. Get down, dog. And it's like someone literally almost murdered me. Can you please like try to focus here?
I'm not sure. The place is located.
That's not the
in
reason that the
California
number
Lane.
is important.
4653, I
Okay.
think, is the number.
You know, you're lucky
Like
you
I
got
said,
me at
almost
home.
nothing
I've
we
been
talk about,
traveling
except
most
there
of
will
these
be
days,
one
but
point
after
where
that
we'll need
crazy
to
tour
talk
of
to her and then
Egypt.
something
By the
important
way,
will happen.
Writing a count
But again,
is not as
like,
easy as it looks.
This doesn't matter.
My editor gave me an
It's
assignment
sort
right
of
here in town.
Nancy Drew
It'll be on the Dragons of
in
San
her
Francisco.
interactive. It's this thing where it has an identity crisis.
I hope you won't be writing.
It kind of wants to be a little kids
Oh,
game,
you know, the usual.
but it also wants to be
Pyramids,
grown up,
stars.
but it also wants to
So
be
what are you up to, Nancy?
educational,
Why'd you
but
call?
it also
Is
doesn't
there anything I
want
can help you out with?
to teach you anything.
Can you
And so,
tell
because
about
there's a
the
difference
Chinese
between
writing system?
teaching
I seem to come across
someone
a lot of
and
Chinese
talking at
symbols.
someone.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. The Chinese have been in a
I
good
can
part of
look
San
at
Francisco
you
history for over 100 years. The symbols
and
are called
speak
kanji.
facts
Each
at
one
you,
represents a particular thing,
and you won't
or
learn
an
anything.
idea or an action. You find them all over on business
Yeah.
cards,
It
pickup
would be-
cartons, artwork.
I'm a little passionate about it because there's such a loss. Because it would be cool to learn about this stuff, and yeah, if you're really enterprising, you can learn about the fake history of this house.
Anything about Valdez.
Um,
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of any Nancy Drew mystery games that felt like they actually earned the title of being slightly educational. I think Sea of Darkness or whatever made you learn some Icelandic words, but I'm not gonna call that a good thing. Just because of like the way they went about it, I can't remember. That one's been a while. Lizzie Applegate, otherwise known as the picture that will show up in a billion games to come, because apparently no matter where Nancy goes, everyone loves Lizzie Applegate. Click on it.
When the four-sided box.
Four-sided
loses its
box
border.
loses its player.
No, 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 no. Blah, 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 blah. See, I don't actually know Chinese. I need to have time to write it down.
Is there anything else I can do
Yes.
in this game yet?
Yes.
So Deb's been sort of speed.
Maze, maze, maze.
Deb's been kind of like speed playing through the Nancy Drew games.
Yes. Because I have a niece. And that's not a way to go. because I have a niece and I'd like to know which games I can recommend for the age that she's at. But it has been a while since I've played most of the games. Because not a lot of them, it's a chore to replay some of them. Like, some are fun, some are fine, like, it's okay. But it's a chore at times. And I will say, like, I can think off the top of my head of only a couple that are really fun to replay, and so I know them fairly well. Things like White Wolf of Icicle Creek, and there you go. And Warnings at Waverly Academy, where it's like, they have enough stuff going for them without, like, a lot of nonsense thrown in. It is 13 o'clock, okay? Like, oh, shoot.
Is there anything important here?
Yep. Move.
My
Okay,
nose feels
so
sore.
the laptop is antiques. And the briefcase is 4653.
Oh.
And the other half is I can't read.
4868.
Thank you muchly. Okay.
That it?
Yepper doodles.
Is there anything else relevant?
Click the trash. No. No, wait, did you click the case? The filing cabinet?
Yeah, it said stuff about hotels.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of reading in here that doesn't matter, and that is some of it. You can look at the chess book. There's no reason.
Oh gosh. Okay, so this isn't the one where you have to play internet or correspondence chess?
No, that's the Venice one. There is
Okay.
more to see in here, and you should look at those books. Because
These
the thing
books?
is that I don't remember if you have to look at them to trigger your knowledge. I guess now you know what a phoenix is. Aren't we so glad that? Take the tile. You don't pixel search very goodly.
No, it's pixel searching is boring.
It is boring, but it is also the only way you can play some of these Nancy Drew games. And even then you're gonna get messed over because suddenly the pixels will be slightly different.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, now
So-
you can look.
So yeah, when we'd play this, so Deb, me, and our mom would play these games together. And Deb was generally the one at the controls because
I have the patience to do the pixel searching.
basically.
The super
won't fit.
necessary
It
pixel
won't
searching.
fit.
And I could also coordinate them better. And so it's
Yeah.
like, no, we've been there, let's pick a different... Whereas they were better at solving the puzzles. Yep, this is what you had to look at so that you understand what music is. That's another thing that I'll say, if any of you are thinking of playing Nancy Drew games, if you ever come across a puzzle that requires you to play on a piano, and you go, oh sweet, and then you solve it, but then it acts like you didn't do anything, you didn't get it wrong, you just didn't look at the book that tells you how to play a piano. Because the book the game assumes that you know nothing, and if you actually know something, that can mess you up. We were stuck on that puzzle in Warnings at Waverly for so long. Do you remember that?
Yes, actually.
Oh, look, it's Rose.
Hello, Nancy. I'm very glad you could come out here.
We fly all the way out here, and she
Seeing
gives
how
us like,
far we are behind
I think
schedule.
2,
Are
maybe
you all ready
3
to do some
chores.
renovation work?
They're super easy and take like
Oh
no
no,
time.
we have to do the floor tile puzzle.
Yep.
I can't wait.
If you can't handle it, I can take
You mentioned
over.
some accidents. What exactly happened?
I don't know where
But,
to
yeah.
begin. It
this
started
is
out
that.
so small, then
Yeah,
irritating.
this is another thing that Nancy Drew games like to do. They like to give you puzzles that,
I really don't know whether I can stand
just
much
waste
more
your
of this.
time.
I would
Like, you don't
love
feel
to have a
smart
week
for
without
figuring
that.
them out. You just feel tired. A little annoyed. Like the Sudoku puzzle.
I can understand your frustration, Rose.
They're like, here's a master level Sudoku puzzle. Solve it and you can keep playing our game. And I'm like,
Maybe Charlie
ugh.
doesn't have the expertise.
By the way, I
No.
love it that we're just
But his
talking
grades are
over
so
the game.
affordable. I sometimes wonder though,
Like,
if this old house would be
we're
Yeah, this has
talking
got to
to
be like
people.
really bad to watch.
Hannah tells me you're a real pro with puzzles.
But nothing that they say is important in this, like very little that they say is important in this game.
Abby and
Which
tried
I
for
give
hours,
them
but it was just too
leeway
complicated.
on this
I'm
one
sorry for not
because it's an
introducing you
earlier
around,
game.
But
It's
everyone
their
posts their
fifth
schedule here in the
game.
dining
Yeah.
room. It's kind
And
of like Command
also,
Central.
like maybe
Let me
some
know
of
how
it is
far you get with
important,
that
but
puzzle.
literally
thanks
we've
again
played
for
this
helping
game
us,
a
Nancy.
1,000 times. I know what's going on. For any of you who are having a hard time following, she needs help. We're here to help. And now we're helping. And if you don't get the grain of the wood exactly right, and if it doesn't glow when you set it down, see right now, if he set it down just like that, it's not in there, he can set it in. Just because it's glowing doesn't mean that it's correct, mind you. Because it just means that it's in an acceptable set down position. This is
and
not the
sometimes you'll
worst
set
game.
something down like a pixel wrong, and so you can't set another piece in the proper location.
Yeah. This is not a good puzzle. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this one annoying, but it is far from the worst one that Her Interactive has managed to concoct. And they never get better. Like, there isn't... From start to finish, they managed to come up with the most frustrating puzzles. Put the square down somewhere. The square is the one that's going to be hard to place. So make sure that it fits with the piece that you put down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, I will tell you what to do as much as I like. That's my older sister privilege. Floss your teeth. Brush your eyes.
It's straight hours of drugs.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But yeah, look, this one obviously fits here, but it's not glowing. So, I think we have to...
You need to move the square over.
You need to shut up. Sorry. See, though, I'm right.
I did it!
Yay!
Yeah, you have to get, like, pixel perfect.
I would say that this is the worst puzzle in this game.
How's that inlay puzzle
No,
coming
But
along?
it's got a little competition coming up.
Wonderful. But now I've got something else for you.
Unskippable dialogue is also that, like, I know a lot of people apparently hate this shattered medallion. There is plenty of good reason to. But in that game, you can skip dialogue.
Where did
And that gets a big old thumbs up from me.
She told me they were in her
Was
room.
that the game
which
that they
surprised me
added
since it was
skippable
completely empty
dialogue,
when we moved
or...
in. Now the room you're staying in was
I
cramped.
have no idea how it came
I
to
think
be,
most of
but
it was
it,
original.
it's the one with Sunny
How did you
June.
meet Abby?
She was the drama coach back in
Yeah, I
River
don't
Heights,
remember
and we worked
when
on a
they
couple of
added
plays
that
together.
option.
My
So
rate on this
great.
house was too
I
low,
read the
so she
dialogue
reached out
faster
savings
than they
to
can
help me
say
get
it.
this. If it weren't
And
for
if it's
Abby, I
cool
couldn't
dialogue, I'll let them say it.
Have you heard of
But if it's
someone
just
named
like,
Lizzie Allen?
I'm Nancy,
No, I haven't.
and I'm talking about mysteries,
What is
it's
Abby
like,
planning
yeah,
for
yeah, okay.
She's putting on
Or especially if it's like, hi, I'm Ned. I'm the neediest boyfriend in the world. Well, I'm Nancy. I'm inconsiderate towards my boyfriend. And it's like...
But he doesn't like people to use it. He said he's had trouble with viruses lately.
Which game are you talking about?
I'll let you
all
go.
of them.
So long.
There was one where it was like exceptionally bad. Like, oh, the one in Germany. The Captive Curse, where, by the way, there was no Captive Curse.
I was thinking of Midnight in Salem.
Oh, no, even Midnight in Salem was more palatable because in this one, Ned called Nancy and he was like, Nancy, I planned a fun date. And Nancy's like, oh shoot, I forgot to tell you, I'm in Germany. And I'm like, girl, you forgot to tell your boyfriend that you're in Germany to solve a kidnapping case from like 100 years ago? Really? This is the story you're going with? I think I'm washing my hair would be a better excuse at this point. Just break up.
I'm still.
And then they spend the game. Like, you can't even skip it. You can't not call
Okay,
Ned.
tiles. Does she mean the roof tiles?
Yeah,
Okay.
ceiling tiles.
The
Go upstairs.
Ceiling tile. No, the roof tiles.
That's not upstairs.
Yeah, I know, but there's a person down here.
Yeah, I know. Poke him
Oh.
with a stick.
Hi, you must be Nancy. My name's Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Nice to meet you.
I have no interest in talking to you.
It's full with this house.
Yeah, most of these Victorian mansions need a lot of work, but I don't mind getting my
I like that somebody
This
pointed
place
out
was great once
it
it's
had to
finished.
have been
Do you think you'll be
Arglefall.
open in
Pointed
time
out
with
that
all
we
of
never
these
got a
accidents and
resolution.
delays?
to a certain
yeah. Well,
plot
now that
threads.
You're here, sure.
In this game?
Yeah,
You don't sound convinced.
and not an
Oh,
entirely
I mean,
insignificant
I know
one.
Rose is all concerned, but you gotta expect a few things to get out.
But like when you
of
do
these
reach the end of the
projects.
game, you're just so done.
Sure. Why so many?
I
No,
have
but in the
no
Captive
idea.
Curse, you don't have the
People are blaming
option
me. That's
of
not my
not
fault.
talking to
I know
Ned
what I'm
because he
doing.
keeps calling
I know
you.
how to do this work. Listen,
And
Nancy,
when he isn't calling you, the Hardy Boys are, because the Hardy Boys are super invested in your romance.
Looking for you earlier. Maybe she has something for you to do. See ya.
And so you're having like a couples counseling
Nancy,
thing going
we need to
on.
finish this up. Sorry.
And I'm
Oh,
sitting there
gosh.
like, people are dying, Ned. And also, why is she dating him? Like, in what game have we seen them have a cute relationship? He gave her a locket. And that's about the extent of it. She blows him off a lot. Like, the way that Her Interactive writes Nancy Drew, she's kind of a jerk to Ned. And that's a huge bummer. For me, at least, because I grew up reading those books when I was really little. A dumbwaiter. I wonder if
You
that
take
will be
that back.
significant. I won't. I have Tessa Violet's song stuck in my head. That's the problem. Whenever she releases a new song, it gets stuck in my head.
It's part of the problem with
Go the other way.
how artists will release their songs piecemeal,
Mm-hmm.
no one at a
No.
time.
The other way.
Okay.
There you go. I'm sorry, I could have been more helpful, but it is 13 o'clock and I am very tired. Very tired. Look at that!
Oh,
It's locked.
we need a key. I forget where the key is.
Oh, I think I remember. But you might as well go report to Rose, who will have one more job for you, and then nothing more. It's like, I'm so glad we flew all the way out here.
How are the tiles coming along?
I love that you get to lie.
You should know.
Like,
what I found.
see, you have
I'm sure.
choices in your dialogue.
Unless it's
Yeah,
Tell
but
the
why
truth
would you
or
lie?
lie.
What advantage does lying give you? No, I don't want to complete this game.
It gives you the advantage of having the illusion of choice.
admittedly, it is more of an illusion of choice than Mario's yes or sure.
This game has that too, don't lie.
I mean, yes. But how did you find Charlie?
He just showed up one day. It was really
He
odd.
just showed up one day. He was
Abby
like,
and I were in the basement talking about hiring someone.
he had a collar on and said that he was all caught up on his shots.
You're horrible, you know that?
Yeah,
But like, at least it's a little bit more interesting than what they came. No, I'm joking. It was fine.
No,
Charlie's okay.
We loved this game as a
Yeah.
kid.
No, this was one of the games
As a
that...
kid, we were the same kid.
It's 13 o'clock.
What was that game? From the moment I turned it on, it felt like I was having a fever dream or something. Oh, what am I supposed to do now?
Go to your bedroom.
Oh, dumbwaiter.
It doesn't matter. Go to your bedroom.
Okay. But I need to find the key. I know I can find the key.
Yeah, go to your bedroom.
I found it when I was playing with our niece.
Yes. Just call her niece by her proper name. Go to your room. No, your room.
Oh my gosh, Deb, this is a flippin' maze, you realize.
No. It's really not. It's just two
I
hallways.
was too young to actually be able to...
I'm sure it's fine. Guess what you can do? No! Guess what you can do now? Guess what you can do?
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Really?
That's kinda dumb.
No, you don't use paint scrapers to open...
Paint scrapers are usually like super flimsy. Like specifically this kind.
I'm sure that would have enough torque that Nancy would be too weak to have without it.
I mean, it could help. It could help, but it's like...
Now you can leave. There's nothing here. Nothing matters.
but that's not the right key.
No, it isn't, but it doesn't matter. Wait, yeah it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Use it!
It's not the right key. I think it's for...
It's locked.
Yeah.
Oh!
I think this key is for something that you find up there because I wasn't able to find that key.
Yeah. What time is it?
13 o'clock. Otherwise known as 2:30.
Okay, check the schedule in the kitchen. In fact, did you look around the kitchen or were you
Yes.
just like...
Yes, you were just rambling.
Excuse you. I was just rambling through this whole thing. That's what we do when it's 13 o'clock. Oh no wait, the dude should be there. Go see the dude.
Oh my gosh, Deb.
You have to walk through the door. There's... Oh, you can close it.
Admittedly, I did not know that until I tried.
Bird! It is like upsetting for me to see that
do you
bird.
have to text that video to Sarah just for vindication?
You know, I might.
I was so wrapped up in my book, I didn't hear you come in. My name is Lewis Chandler.
I'm Lewis Chandler.
I
I talk
don't know
like
a
a
good
person.
word for it.
What's funny is that I didn't even hear him and I could hear him. Like,
Yeah, he
played
just...
this game a lot.
Ugh. I didn't mean to startle you. Hello, I was wrapped up in my book. Does that sound
I
like
didn't mean
someone
to
who is...
startle you. Calm down, dude. Calm down.
Please don't begin. My name is Nancy.
Yeah, usually, so my methodology for playing when I was replaying all these games was pick the shortest option.
Abby had recently acquired the estate.
If this is a waste of my time, pick the shortest option. The responses are all the same. Like when you play the later games, it matters a bit more because you can bully people about their dead mother. And why they decided to add this feature, and they've trained you for like a billion games that you have to use all the dialogue options, and so you can just be the cruelest, most heartless little
What are you using the library for?
I don't want to
What are you
see.
using the library for? Oh, I don't know. Just usual nefarious dealings.
The Victorian period.
Library? I thought this was the gym. I don't know what you do in a library. Do I eat the books?
What are you looking for in these books? Oh,
Words.
birds.
Just words. Lots of words.
Oh, words. I heard
Big
birds.
words. We have birds too, but words. He's looking at words. He's not really reading. He's just going,
is
what
there
a
anything
fine
else,
word.
Deb?
No. You
So
can
yeah,
leave.
Deb played this probably less than a month ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I rated this as-
phone is ringing.
Oh. Yay. Worth it.
Like it wasn't really even distorted.
Somebody saw the Peanuts movies and they were like,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
scary. That's what our
I
creepy
mean,
noises
admittedly,
should be.
kinda.
No.
Oh yeah, ooh, spooky.
Because there aren't any other people in this house. We are all alone and it would be very weird to see anyone else's shadow. Did you read all those? Look at the times.
Yes, I
Look at the
read
times.
every-
Look at the
yes,
times.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
looking at the time.
Charlie gets off at 8. No,
Okay.
at 5.
5.
What time is it?
It is.
Sleep until 5.
Okay.
Or you can call people. I mean, your call, dude.
But we haven't found the key.
Yeah, go to sleep.
But we haven't found the key.
Oh, actually, because we have to have a seance.
But we haven't found the key.
Seance, seance.
Okay, when and how?
Just go to sleep until 5. It'll happen automatically.
Oh, we'll be ripped out of bed, kicking and screaming.
Yeah, they'll be like, it's time for the seance now. Surprise.
It's seance o'clock.
We may not be able to raise any spirits, but we're definitely going to raise your blood pressure. Now let's go. Set. Alarm. No, 5! I did not have to be quite so. I don't like that noise. I don't even have the earphones on. I don't
yeah.
like that noise.
That noise
Never
gives
did.
you anxiety.
Like, that was the noise of, you know, the alarm clocks as we were growing up, and I didn't like that either.
Sound
of a woman crying. Aww, how sad. Look at the vent. Look at the vent. Look at the vent. Look at the vent.
Yes, I know.
It's stuck. It's stuck.
It's stuck. Thanks, Nancy. Ooh. Click stuff.
Old West romances. Ooh.
We just needed to see the word Lizzie Applegate again. Admittedly, that's 2 words. My bad.
Ooh.
Something's missing here.
I love those ornate locks. It's like, okay, what's the mechanism? What's to say you can't just...
Reach your fingers in.
Well, yeah, like...
Okay, we had diaries.
I thought you were gonna say diarrhea. Oof.
No, there were diaries that I'd have as like a kid that had locks on them, where literally you just move your finger to move the lock out of place.
I mean, yeah.
It's not necessarily for security as much as it is for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah, but it's like the ancient tomb.
Click
And
it. Oh, well.
And it's like
Aesthetic, Peter. It's 13 o'clock.
Moon.
Click it.
Moon.
Click it.
when the moon sleeps and the sun plays.
Is that all we need?
Sleeps and the sun plays. I always forget something, but like probably.
Oh, these have to be developers and family of.
Yeah, it's real cute. Her interactive will slip in pictures. Sometimes I think it's of fans, but I think that a lot of them is from... Ooh!
Oh.
Is that suspicious? Is that weird that Abby is spying on people in her bedroom? Is it even more weird that what she's spying on is just like a hallway? And so she'd be able to get the same information by just looking through the crack in the bottom of her door? Yep, those are feet that went past. I deem them feet.
Cha-ching.
I love that. Look, dead roses. It's not really important, but like, just make note of it mentally.
Shut your face.
I can't.
Something's missing.
Something's missing
How
here.
can you tell?
I know.
It's a jewelry box where
She's
just
like-
everything was just thrown in.
See, Nancy is the real ghost in this game. She's like, I've been in this room before in a past life.
Oh gosh. Oh, is she like taking a bath?
Weirdo. Also, maybe, I don't know. Some people just have robes.
So is that all we needed in this room?
For now, I think.
That'd be such a jump scare if she was just, "Hi, Nancy."
Yeah, that happens in some of these games. Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Don't spoil anything.
You've played the game before.
I know. Don't spoil anything for my second playthrough.
I purged all memories from my mind. I'm not really sure who you are.
No, like to be
Go
honest,
downstairs.
that's kind of how my brain works.
Go down the stairs.
Like I don't.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I'll do the same thing with like TV shows. I'll be like, don't spoil it for me. I don't know if Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable are gonna become boyfriend and girlfriend this time through. Anyway, click it.
Okay, so I am going this direction.
Yeah, we want to go downstairs. We want to.
Ginger snaps. Seriously, can you?
Oh.
I'm fading here.
That's because it's 13 o'clock.
Danke.
Bitte? Oh, like nothing important is gonna happen for a little bit. You're gonna just sort of look around. Look around! I will be right back.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
This has the second chance feature, right? This has the second
Yes.
chance feature, right?
Yes.
I can't remember if that's something the series always had or...
It was too hot for 2 sweaters. It's winter and I'm cold.
Oh?
I mean, obviously not now so much. Oh, wait. You got the key?
Yes.
From the cash
Yes.
register? Did you look in the toolbox?
What toolbox?
Okay, so you didn't do everything. Go in, turn around. Why won't it let you look at his toolbox?
Oh.
There you go. Intuitive.
Ah, yeah. Totally. Oh, screwdriver! We can unscrew the thing now.
Yes, and we can release the sobbing woman from the vent. Because that's what's going on here. I fully
love how
believe
this
that this place
game-
is haunted.
I love how this game just goes so overboard to use every possible moment to creep you.
Yeah. It does take away a little bit of its punch.
Yeah. Because I mean, and like,
which I'm totally okay
the
with.
first Laura Bow game also kind of does that, but like it keeps the atmosphere.
No, the
so
second
dark.
Laura Bow game does that. They're like blood everywhere. That will make people understand that they are doing a murder mystery.
The second
if there's
game,
blood everywhere.
The second game just can't decide what it wants to be. It can't decide if it wants to be tongue-in-cheek, if it wants to be super scary, if it like,
if
and
it
so
wants
it just
to be racist.
Bounces.
If it
I mean,
wants
it's
to be
always
sexist.
racist and sexist.
They're like, it's set in the 20s, so racism is okay again, right?
That's how things work. It's like there's a difference between being accurate to a time period and using a time period as an excuse.
It's very awkward.
Than what I'm seeing?
But anyway, we're not there. We're in the 1920s in Her Interactive, which means good times and murder.
I'll wait your debut a town in a house high above the sea.
You are pure melody and grace. He's beauty, he's grace.
Wait, why we not pick it up? Why we not take
You
it?
leave it there, dude.
Why?
By the way, pick up all the papers if you
Do we
could.
have to like write this down or something?
No, we have to find something else that'll make that make sense. See, again, if I have to fight to read it, I'm not reading it.
Yeah, this is harder to read than the Myst books.
Yeah, and that's taking some doing.
Yeah.
Like,
and I love Myst. I generally don't read in games myself.
Oh.
This is just evolving.
What do you mean? I thought we started the... I was not...
And know that the
Oh, it's so stressful to try to write these characters. It is, because I remember the puzzle, and I remember that two of them look very similar.
Mm.
And I looked up a cheat for it, because at that point I was done with the game. Like, after a certain point, I'm done.
So is this it?
Yeah, that's the only picture they have of Lizzie Applegate. It's in a bunch of games. Oh no, spin more. You spin me.
No,
right
I mean I know
round,
there's more
baby,
stuff
right
up here. I
round,
just
like
meant
a record,
there.
baby, right, round, round. I'm sure those are the lyrics. Actually, I'll be really
That's as
sad
much
if
as
those are the lyrics.
I'm pretty sure those are the lyrics, at least very close.
Right, round, round. No, see, script. Just flip through it. Flip through it and...
Right, round, right. I think that's how it goes.
I'm able to sing along more easily to that Welsh song. I'm joking, of course. Look! A thing! I wonder how that will be helpful.
A baby's head.
Yeah, well, that's pretty normal. You don't have baby heads everywhere? Weirdo. Ooh, scandalous.
Would you like me to have, like, to decorate my office in baby
No. If we're being serious, please no. And, like, I will swear harder, please no.
Yeah, so, like, kind of the funny thing is that, like, Deb has reason to...
Oh, no.
Deb kind of has reason to be so emphatic.
Yeah, because the last time you decorated with baby heads, it was a scene.
Oh, gosh.
Now go fix it.
This is a very weird stream.
Fix it. Fix it.
And, like, it's going to be low quality because Yeah.
They're here for the low quality. If they wanted high quality, they would go elsewhere. That woman looks like a speaker.
Are you okay?
It's 13 o'clock.
So we just had to look at that?
Yeah.
Oh, and dumbwaiter.
No, you were there. You were there.
Not at the lowest. Don't you have to be at the lowest?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure you have to be at the lowest. That's just
I know.
what makes sense.
At least you don't have to change CDs every time you go somewhere. That would sure be annoying if that was a thing in any of these.
By the way, I love it that the iron is heavy enough to move this thing that presumably hasn't been operated in like decades.
No, do you want to know what I find funny? That she was like, fix the dumbwaiter. And it's like, I'll tie an iron to it, but that's as much as I will do. It's
Admittedly,
fixed
how
now
exactly
because
is this
now
supposed to work?
because now we can get this, and we're happy about that.
Eye of the
Ah, okay.
No.
No,
No.
no. As I said it, I heard. But like, okay. This pen is garbage. I have to draw like 1,000 times.
Do you want another pen?
Yeah, no, I like complaining. It's fine. We're gonna power through. So we have beginning daughters 4-eye moon. We're missing child fire king river gold. Gold. Go downstairs.
By the way, when can we do the...
Oh, you can't do that
the
yet.
word? Okay.
Like, you might be able to circumvent it, but I think that we're supposed to. Bird.
So is this guy still here?
I don't care. Smack him with a hammer. Okay.
No.
Don't need to smack anybody with a hammer. So this puzzle works by magic. And now you can back up and move the thing. It's not stuck anymore because now it looks pretty. So go in, and this is gonna take some work because I can never see it properly, but look at the picture. Now pixel search the picture.
Pixel cert...
Yeah, I usually miss that one.
Child.
Click child.
Listen, my child, to this story of dreams.
A line through it.
That is a terrible drawing of
Shut
that.
up! I'm sorry, do you want to do this? It's recognizable.
Okay.
None of the other symbols will look like this. We're fine.
Okay.
Oh, you also missed something, but that's okay. Pixel search. Pixel. There you go. Now.
Oh. Because we couldn't possibly use a flashlight.
What is a flashlight? Also, this is really dumb, but at some point the mystery will just stall out. And then you'll be like, I don't understand why nothing is moving forward. And they'll be like, have you spied on anyone lately? It'd be kind of cute.
Kind of sexy if you do. I'm gonna not complete that.
Yeah, how about you pretend like your older sister is sitting here judging you very hard. Lantern, lantern. Also, apparently...
Oh! So if we set this room on fire, we can light the lantern, right?
I searched for so long for how to light the lantern because I am used to video games. No, it just auto lights.
Okay.
You just click it and it's just
Well, used
on.
to video games, used to like anything. Because whether it's a video game or not, an old-fashioned
You need to
lantern
light a
like
lantern.
This, yeah.
I wasted so much time trying to find a fire source that they'd let me touch. Downstairs, downstairs, seance. I don't know. Maybe you broke it. Look at the piano bench. Look at the piano bench. Look at the piano bench. Look at the
This
piano
gives the original
bench.
Myst a run for its money for
Touch the bench.
difficult to navigate.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Because I'm...
Click the river.
It's not too
Click the
bad
river.
for actually playing it.
And hidden beneath a river of color.
It's not too bad for actually playing it, but I've been doing a project with the original Myst lately. And oh my gosh, is the navigation a mess in that game.
We're missing Fire, King, and Gold.
Fire, King, and Gold.
I know where Gold is.
Cool beans.
Fire. Gosh dang it. Oh, I remember where Fire is. Okay.
It's
Lantern.
so dark in here.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go there. Back up. Don't go there.
I wanna die.
Yeah, mood, but we have a mystery to solve. Come
Oh,
on, a
is-
ghost is Yeah, go, 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 go! No! Go! Go!
No, isn't that where we came
Go!
from?
No!
Oh. Really?
Yes.
Really?
We couldn't hop the bench. Also, we couldn't see past and notice that... What? Charlie? Charlie the handyman Charlie?
Sorry I haven't written in a while.
It doesn't
but-
matter.
Okay.
All that matters is that it's Charlie.
Ooh, term
He has a
paper.
term paper. What a nerd. El Diablo?
That XKCD, not XKCD.
Here we go.
The animated
King.
one.
Click it.
The king of the sky. His ray.
ASDF movie. Is anyone a doctor? I am. Well, you're a nerd.
That sounds like their humor. Okay, have you clicked everything?
El Diablo, which I believe means the devil.
So we're supposed to, what our takeaway here is Charlie lives here in secret. So, but that isn't ever going to be brought up again in case you're worried. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Is there anything down in the below?
No.
So
No,
so
keep
literally
going.
all we got from this is
Term
a floppy
paper.
disk.
Well, no, blackmail material.
Ah.
Nancy isn't living if she's not collecting dirt on people.
Oh man. Yeah, I suppose the games do paint Nancy as being slightly psychopathic.
This is a crowbar? I'm gonna take the crowbar. I'm walking around her house with a crowbar. Nobody comments. Because if you see a woman walking
Can
around
we
carrying
bypass the maze
a
game?
crowbar, yeah, if you have the login name. What's the dude's name? I always forget.
Butts.
What's his name? No, like, for real. There's Charlie, Rose, Abby, and this guy.
Oh, you're thinking of that. Guess I'll just play the maze game.
What's his name? Henry? It's probably his last name, though, wouldn't it?
You say with disdain.
You could find out, honestly, like, this is the only time this would be handy, is you could go to Nancy's luggage, and she'd have his name written down in her diary of mostly unhelpful
So
stuff.
either I'm navigating this maze or
It's
the other
not that
maze.
much of a maze to walk.
Oh, is that the end?
That might be. Yay! Stick the disc in.
Oh no! Did I have to do it from the outside? No.
Wait.
What?
What? Yes!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I mean,
this
we
is
could
too
just
good.
look it up online,
This
but...
is too good. I don't have phone.
You don't have phone?
I don't have phone. Do you have phone?
I have phone in pocket.
I can cheat. Man, I can cheat all day.
Oh, that's right, you're a girl, you don't have pockets.
I'd be mad at you, but no, I don't. Currently, I am wearing sweatpants, and they didn't put pockets in baggy sweatpants, because that would ruin the
Oh, that is
aesthetic.
terrifying. Just a giant head.
Open. Open. There.
Oh, like they can
Smacking
barely
it
see
worked.
your... Hello?
What did you do? Oh no, did you save it? No! This is about to be real sad. Aww. We forgot the cardinal rule of playing old games. Which is...
Oh.
The fluff did you do? What kind of demon... Back out of it and save.
I have no clue
You
what
have the
happened there.
oldest picture of me.
Yeah, I haven't updated, like, anything.
How do I access the main? There we go.
Okay,
New
I saved
technology
nothing
is
saved
hard.
here. Okay. I'm sorry, what was that, Deb?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out new technology.
Oh
It's
my gosh,
hard.
Deb.
What?
I'm stuck.
Ha!
How did this happen?
Just back out.
But I don't want to go through that again.
No, well, you don't have to.
So, yeah, I don't have a
Lewis!
full explanation.
Lewis! Back out.
Okay. Lewis. Like that?
No.
Lewis.
No. L-O-U-I-S.
Oh, that looks right.
Antiques. A-N-T-I-Q-U-E-S. Oh, okay, yeah.
I can spell antiques.
You're just like, Lewis is the weird thing, though. I ain't
I mean,
never
it
heard
is.
of Lewis
It is
before.
a weird name.
Like, there are two different spellings,
Is
but...
this worth reading through?
No, just click through it. Because he only saved his, the outline, like, or whatever.
So that's literally all we
that's
needed?
it.
Okay.
So that we could confirm that, yes, he is in fact a giant nerd. I can't turn your phone off. Where's the off
There
button?
is a side button.
There are a lot of side buttons,
There.
okay? I pressed all of them, including one that, as it turns out, is not a button. I guess it's just a side camera.
Are you talking about the smooth thing on the side? That's
Yes.
a fingerprint sensor.
Oh, worthless.
Well,
Should be a
with
tongue
a case
scanner.
on it, yes.
Yeah.
Tongue like,
What
where,
was
when
it
did that
that-
even come up?
What were we watching that had a tongue scanner? Because that is...
Not a tongue scanner. I think we were playing like a trivia game or something, and it was like
Oh no, we were watching a trivia show and
like
it was something like, does everyone have their own unique tongue print? And it's like,
and
how did you find this out?
And I proposed that they figured it out by, okay, lick this pad of ink.
Yeah. By the way, we're still looking for fire and gold.
Okay, so tell me where to go, mister.
Excuse me, that's Dr. Mister.
Dr. Mister.
Go downstairs, because I think we messed up. Because there could have been a seance. And I hate the seance, but admittedly it could have happened. Okay, go back upstairs, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
So there's...
Go back upstairs!
You sure there's nothing
There's
more
nothing
down
there.
Oh, it's stuck. Really, Nancy?
Well, yeah,
like,
because...
like...
The fluff is wrong with you. You just need to use the crowbar again if you really needed to go back there. But you don't. Oh, Snitch to Rose!
About what?
You just found out that one of her employees is living in her house. Unbeknownst to her.
Oh, Rose isn't here.
Cool, look through her stuff!
Cool beans.
Those are all the things she has to do. She has us do 3 of them.
Her interactive mug.
Yeah, that used to be pretty common to see in these.
Louis Chandler.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to learn that, like, he did something or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Cool beans.
I mean, if you're really invested in the story, then yeah, that matters.
Oh my gosh, I seriously thought that was a blue page from Myst.
Oh.
Can you tell how obsessed I am with that game?
Yeah, a little. A little. There's a light and it draws me.
Like a moth.
To my doom. Go downstairs.
Okay, so what do I do?
What time is it?
12:30. No.
Do you know how to read?
Well, the clock isn't right, but it's 9:30. Because the hour hand isn't between 9 and 10, it's at 10.
Okay, go to... I can't remember how we're supposed to solve this one. So go to the staircase, the banister puzzle.
Okay.
Because I do know what the answer is, but I can't remember if it's important.
What's the answer?
Creak! So notice that you have 3 letters.
I have 5.
Yeah, that's what I tried to say. But it's 13 o'clock. What 5-letter word can you think of? In connection with this game.
Storm.
Is there a storm that's significant to this game?
House.
No. A name. Think of a name that's significant to this game. Have you seen any names?
This is the person you've been obsessing over.
No, Lizzie Applegate is actually not important in anything.
Okay. The Valdez?
Yeah, what's his first name?
Valdez.
Valdez?
Yes.
Cool.
Mark? I don't know, you told me not to read anything. And
Diego.
Diego?
Yeah.
That's more than 5 letters.
No. D-I-A-G-O.
D-I-A-G-O. D-I-A-G-O.
D-I-A-G-O and Bingo was
his name. What is wrong with us?
Us? Ah, you're driving me. That one moves separately. Wait. Diego. D-E? Oh, suddenly I can't spell. Because that's not how you spell Diego.
That one.
I was so certain that it was...
Yeah.
Ah!
I don't know why you thought it was
false.
an O.
Floor. Did you read that?
Floor?
No, it gave you 3 words. As it spun.
No, I wasn't
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your
cow. What did it say?
Something like coins false floor.
Oh. Well, I already knew that because we played this as a kid.
Okay, let's wait.
Is this important to read?
Well, you found a symbol.
Yeah, I know.
And so I'm going to do a super realistic drawing of it. There. Now all we need is fire. Which we will get later. No, it doesn't, like... Again, if you want to get the deep, rich lore from this game, but like, you've played this before, so no, you don't need to read it to solve anything.
Yeah.
But you should go back downstairs.
I'm sorry, I'm just still caught up on that impromptu song we sung. Okay, so where are we going?
How did I think Diego was spelled? And how warm is it in here? Because, like...
I no longer have a thermometer in here.
Okay, so it's just us running a fever now. Go downstairs.
I am downstairs, or do you mean the basement?
The downstairs. Because there's supposed to be a seance. It's real spooky or whatever. Okay, so... we can't get the event to trigger. I don't think I borked your game, but like...
Well, seance, like midnight, do you figure?
Maybe try 11 p.m. Surely 11 p.m. would be late enough for a super realistic seance.
I don't want to disturb her.
So apparently he's going to have a light nap before the seance.
But didn't you say they'd drag us out of bed?
No. I mean, you said that, and I think I made some jokes along that line. But
you
like...
were the instigator.
Me? What? But I'm innocent.
Also, I've worked with ducts. How impressive is that she managed to snake a cord, the speaker cord, all the way through the vent?
What's even better is that she's only trying to terrorize the people working on the mansion.
Yeah.
What's her game plan here?
Wait,
oh,
what?
it's already...
That can't
Go
be
downstairs.
Right. Oh, apparently that's right.
Go downstairs. Oh, cool. We're not supposed to get this yet.
Leave the mansion now!
Nancy Drew doesn't comment on it, doesn't talk to anyone about it. She's like, yeah, I get threats.
Yeah, I get threats.
So, like, we might have missed the seance, which I don't care that much because it's stupid. I don't know, I was planning on talking through
here's
it.
the thing. I generally don't like seances, but I remember the scene being kind of cool.
Eh.
Or something. I don't know.
I mean,
I like
it
that
was
we
spooky.
disproved it.
Right. Maybe you have to look under the table first. I can't imagine that's it.
I think you look under the table.
You do it after.
Yeah.
But like, maybe you're supposed to do it now to be like, look, there's nothing.
But wasn't it supposed to be tonight?
Yeah, it definitely was, but admittedly, we don't usually get this much done during the first day, and they might be like, oh, fine, you're doing a speedrun, no seance for you then. Maybe they do drag you out of bed. Maybe we're supposed to go to sleep.
Well, it's midnight now.
Okay, it's midnight. Go downstairs. If the seance doesn't happen, save your game and go to bed, and maybe you will get dragged out.
Go to bed till when?
Like the morning.
When's the morning?
Like 7, I don't know. No, wait, right before dude with the briefcase goes to work.
Briefcase.
Look in the kitchen. No, there. Okay, Lewis works from noon to 5, so wake up at 11 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Okay. We'll wake up at 10 a.m.
Like, and I'm super sorry if,
Or
like, if our, oh, Mr. Mosby was the greatest.
yeah.
I wonder if he's...
I kinda
things.
want to rewatch it just for him because I know that he was actually.
No, okay.
actually
Brenda's
funny.
song was awesome, and Ashley Tisdale was pretty great too.
Yeah.
Those three. Oh,
I'm
and
just scared to
Brian
rewatch
something or
it.
other.
To be completely honest. Oh
10.
yeah, the
Yeah, Arwen.
Arwen, yeah.
Yep.
And now trigger warning for the.
Wake up, wake up,
This-
Wake up!
So I guess we missed the seance.
Mm.
I'm super sorry about that. Like, oops.
Maybe we'll get to see it in the GBA version.
The spirits wish to speak to you, Nancy. Tonight, I will channel their energies to deliver a message. Meet me down in the basement. If you
You're kidding me.
dance.
Oh my gosh, we were supposed to go to her door.
Oh
Boo!
We are gathered here tonight to contact the shades of those
So
who have
that's why we
passed
messed up,
before
okay.
us. Gaze into the crystal ball. It
Okay,
will answer
so
all
are you
our
paying attention to
questions.
this one?
gosh. Yeah, sure.
Okay, then I won't.
What was that?
Who has called me forth from the great beyond?
Diego.
We have. Are you the spirit known as Valdez?
I was once called that in the world of the living.
Are you the spirit who has caused these accidents?
I have come back searching for her, my wife. Where can she be?
The spirits have spoken.
Where can she
seance is
be?
over.
We've got a busy day tomorrow.
I love the idea that Charlie's just trying to sleep, like, behind the bar.
You don't want to wake up and find the house on
What?
fire.
I love the idea that Charlie's just trying to sleep through that behind the bar. Like, just lying there thinking, God, this is the 10th time this week.
So now.
Go downstairs, go downstairs.
Ah!
This is fast. Go downstairs, go to the gym. I mean the library.
Oh, we missed
Go
a shade.
downstairs. I don't care. Go to the library.
Oh.
Library. 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 Okay, admittedly, slow down now.
I feel like there was something weird.
Don't look at the fire. If you look at the fire will kill you.
It's locked.
You're just gonna
It's
walk
locked.
away from the fire? Don't look at the fire, but you need to do something with the fire.
So I can't look at the.
No, if I recall correctly, if you look at the fire, fire kills you. But now... Yeah, try to figure out how to get over there. You have to jump over the thing, you know, as people do. I love that it sprays back into your face. He's just holding it the wrong way, going...
So, weren't we supposed to spy on the guy?
Yeah, but I realized that
everybody in the house, and none of them can figure
this
out
was
what
going to
caused the
happen.
fire.
None of them can.
Lewis's advice
And this is where Nancy gets really weird and is like, why did you have fire insurance? You live in California. That's very
You know,
suspicious.
there are people doing gender reveal parties in the woods all the time.
Charlie,
why would you need something as trivial and probably unhelpful as fire insurance? Maybe you're haunting the house to put yourself out of business. Have you ever thought of that? Maybe you brought a detective to your house to prove that you are haunting your house
Nothing can drive me away.
to collect insurance money.
Or Mr. Valdez with his gay.
How do you know Lewis?
How do you know Lewis?
I don't care.
He stopped to introduce himself. He seemed awfully curious about our property.
I much prefer this. Like, in Midnight in Salem, they decided that it would be cooler if their entire bodies were animated, and it's a big old step backwards. Like, yeah, this looks a little goofy that only their arms...
Excuse me for prying, but why did you spend so much money to insure
There
the
we
house
go.
against fire?
There we go. Click it. Click it. Shame her for living in California.
I've put my entire life
I
savings.
put my entire life savings in
If it
this
goes up in
house.
smoke, I'll lose everything.
Yeah, but why protect against fires? You live in
Have you
California.
found any rainbow designs in the house?
Rainbows? No. Not that I can remember.
I can see you're busy. I'll let you
Oh,
go.
and you need to
Bye.
call somebody, but you should spy on him
Hello.
first.
I can see you're busy.
Turn
I'll let you
around.
go.
Turn
Do
around.
we have time?
I don't know. Yes.
No, it's 1:15.
No! Okay, then call the person.
Okay.
So
Dang
disappointing.
fire.
I know! Ruining our snooping.
I just love that. Don't look at the fire, and so I'm going, oh, so basically we can
Don't
ignore
acknowledge it. If you ignore the fire can't hurt you.
So who do we
One five
call?
two three five 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 four
Oh
four
my
six.
gosh, Deb. Is it Bess? Is it Emily? Like,
Call Emily first. To be real, you can't use the keypad. It's not that forgiving. No, the number of times that I've had to call 15235554468 or 1523555.
Hello.
Oh, what is
Nancy
it?
Drew.
Hi,
237.
coming along.
No, wait.
Have you heard of an antique
2357.
dealer named Lewis Chandler?
I don't remember that one as
Never
well.
heard of him.
Bess is more of a constant. It was actually a relief when I had a game where I couldn't call Bess. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Oh, sure.
And then I
she
saw
was
it's
a
because
friend of
she's
Black
voice
River,
acting one of the
another
other
partner, I guess, in
main
the late
suspects,
1800s.
and she doesn't even try to change her
Big
voice.
hotel. What was it
And you're
called?
just like, that's Bess.
Mandrake or the Oriental? I forget.
Mandrake or Oriental? Is that important?
I don't know.
Was it in this neighborhood? Is it still around?
You need to get her to
Oh,
send
no,
you
this one was
something.
downtown.
Huh? What?
Very big, but I think it burned
You need to
down.
get her to send you something, but I can't remember if this is
Have
the
you
point
ever
because
come
I haven't
across
been paying
hidden
attention.
rooms in Victorian
I can't remember
mansions?
the last time that I actually read
But
it.
I've
I mean,
read that many
the words are
houses were
far
only
away.
partially rebuilt after the Great Earthquake.
Oh, no. You need to spy on him first. You spy on him first, then you call Emily. So in fact, don't even call Bess. We'll see if we can get through this game without calling Bess anymore.
Spanish colonial period, but no one calls it that.
But yeah, finish talking about...
I should get going.
Oh, did I?
I hope we'll talk soon.
I don't know. We'll hope not. But go to bed now. There's nothing more for you.
I'm not interested.
Do you want to like shame the poor guy living in the basement and be like, I know your secret? Because you can do that. I mean,
You can.
yeah. You can be like, hey, basement
Bullying
dweller.
the dead mother or.
Oh
what
no,
did you
that's
say?
that's in a different game where you can be like, hey, I wanted you to tell me about your dead mother.
There's been another.
Why, here, look, this is an article about your dead mother. It looks like she died and it was kind of the fault of your family. How do you feel about that? And it's like, Nancy!
It reminds me of a horror game I played recently, where it's like, okay, this is either a criminally incompetent therapist or a news reporter.
They don't care about people like you or me.
Oh man. Do I have to? There's a lot here.
There is a lot.
Charlie, I
Oh, was that a
found this
mistake?
diskette.
Oh no, I
It's
don't care.
yours.
I was
You can't
wondering
make a
where it was.
mistake in
Thanks a lot,
talking
Nancy.
in this one.
Luckily, I had a backup at the
Huh?
school.
What?
You can't make a mistake
Okay.
talking. At least I haven't managed to. And my experiences are universal. I really like the screen. Like, it's very fascinating to me.
Go through all of them.
I just keep looking.
I just started to write it, so I don't know very
Wanting
much
to
about
touch
the
the
robbery.
screen.
It's hard to separate fact from fiction, especially when most of the information is based on rumors.
Whatever happened to the gold?
Charles
Nobody
Dickens,
knows. Some historians say that the bank faked the robbery.
admittedly, had a very beautiful way about. Keep
Was
clicking.
it El Diablo?
It's El Diablo and whatever. Like,
Someone else.
he has a beautiful way with the imagery
But no one
in
knows
some
who he was.
cases, but there are other cases where
El
you're like,
Diablo
that's
never
cool, bro.
existed.
We can move
He was
on.
a
But
composite
admittedly, I
of
feel the same way about
Have you
Tolkien,
met Lewis
where
Chen?
he's like, this is what the forest looks like, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen
He's
a
an
forest.
antique dealer, I think.
No, this is what it looks like, and I'm like, dude, I've already painted the picture in my head. I don't appreciate that you're moving the trees around.
My problem is that I have
What do you mean?
I can't
She always
visualize
disappearing
something
act.
based on
Rose needs her to do
words.
some work.
So
Rose
that's
is sort of had it, you know?
that's my main problem with Tolkien's works, is that just all of the descriptions are pretty much completely lost on
Not
me.
mine.
I'm used to filling in the blanks, and so when people provide
Who was the last person you saw?
the
Oh, that
answers
goofy grin.
I've been working
Yeah.
mostly in the basement, but I think I
comes
saw
from
Abby
living in the
go through those
basement and
papers
listening to
right
Abby
before the fire.
seance every night. Oh yeah, I guess we should bust Abby.
Had
I
you
mean-
come across any hidden
I mean,
passageways
prove
down
that
here?
she's
You
totally
mean like a
legitimate.
trapdoor leading to a room with skeletons or something? No, I haven't.
Have you seen the poem in the Chinese room?
Yeah, I've never seen
So-
anything like that. It almost sounds like there's a hidden message in there, you know?
I'll let you get back to your renovation.
See ya.
That would be fun to do a playthrough of the Nancy Drew game, but just like not acknowledge that we're playing the game and just talk about other things.
I feel so bad about this, to be honest. But it's just, I don't know. I got the
It's not
idea to
transformative enough if you don't add on to it, and I think that snarky dialogue about go downstairs. Yeah, no, you can't creep around when he's there. Don't be weird. Wait until he goes to bed, then creep around.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else
Abby! Abby!
Okay,
Abby!
okay. Abby Applegate.
Lizzie Applegate. Diego Valdez. Weirdo Abby upstairs.
I
AGO.
believe we had a fire. I can't believe this. I bet Charlie was down there.
I saw it and I'm like, that's not how Diego's spelled. Man, I'm on this. That was a very dumb moment. We're just like, it's just D-A, go. 4 letters. You pronounce the first 2.
What kind of person is Charlie? He seems to feel
Dang. That was bad.
That Charlie's totally responsible for the accidents. Who else could it have been?
I've played this game before, but not at
No idea
13
what he's
o'clock.
doing. Unfortunately, Rose doesn't want to fire him.
What was
Her
that
earrings.
game?
Does her hair move correctly?
What do you
Watch
mean?
as she bobbles her
Probably
head.
I was down
not.
in the basement working for over an
Her
hour.
hair is probably
Finally,
just
he
a
sneaks
static
up.
model,
I bet he was down there the whole time.
and so it moves
I
with
guess
her
it's
head.
okay. Like, we can just say that she uses a lot of hairspray.
Oh, I
She
love
looks
that
like a
part.
person who would use a
Listen, my
lot of
child,
hairspray.
to
I
the
mean,
story of dreams.
To
Does the
to
rest
be
go?
fair to
It was there
them,
when we bought the place.
look at that transparency going on at the edges of her hair. That's pretty impressive.
I'm far
He
away
owns
and my
General
eyes aren't that
Interiors,
good.
A very reputable antique store.
It's a miracle that I can
I'm
see
sure
her.
his clients will be quite interested in our bed and breakfast once they hear about our resident.
Oh, what was
Oh,
that?
there's so
Studio
much
C?
She has good business.
I have an astigmatism. It's a miracle I can see.
And believe me, there's plenty.
I do not remember the skit, but that sounds like,
Those papers in the parlor.
Dang, they were good.
yeah.
Room. They're so vintage. I'm I'm going to ask Lewis if he can get me some antique frames for them.
gosh.
Rose and I can use the letters in our
Like
historical
the
display.
kindergarten ones,
Is there anything
where
about
whenever
the
the
house in
adult
I
wasn't
don't
there,
think so. I
they'd
really didn't
switch
go through
into
them
like
that much.
serious adult
I
voices.
did find this old picture of a woman
Like Timothy,
dressed
I
in
know
that
what you
cloak.
did.
The picture was taken in the entryway by the staircase. I sent it to
That
a
sort of
photographer
stuff cracks
at
me
our
up.
store.
Call me simple, but like,
Idea.
it's like Calvin and
No, the
Hobbes.
kids nowadays are
No, I don't.
calling it
Sorry.
simp.
I heard someone
What?
crying in the hall.
What? What?
Simp.
I told you the spirits were
It's a
interested.
shortening of simple.
Was it a
and
woman crying?
it's-
Oh no, I do not think that that is what. I have seen that word used, and it is like never.
Did you know?
No,
It must be one of the
no.
Do you know who this phantom
So for context, Deb
Well, it
is
wasn't me
6
crying
years
out
older
there.
than me.
Shut up.
Um,
Don't go doxing my age.
Does Charlie live around here?
I'm not
So yeah,
sure.
admittedly,
He said
you're
he's between
closer to being the right
I
age
think
to
he
know
said he's staying
slang,
with friends
but I
until
have
he can
seen
find
it
a
in
place of his own.
context that does not make any sense, so
Is
let's not
Charlie
use
from
that
the Bay
word.
Area?
There's certain
I don't
kid
know.
words that we
You
just
might
don't
want to
use
ask Rose.
because
He doesn't talk
they
much about his
seem to
private
be
life.
give me your phone.
That seems
Not for San Francisco.
let's see if you can unlock it.
And there are so many
Oh,
kids
no,
who
it's
think they
upside
can find
down.
cheap housing out here.
No!
Sad to say. But a lot of them live on the street.
Oh my gosh, Deb, there's literally an unlock
And
button.
knickknacks left behind. Like
It's an
the books in the
owl.
Study, your bed.
I didn't know I
I
could
think it
touch
was
the
too
owl.
large to
Uh-oh.
take out of
What
the room.
owl?
I'll let you get back
I'm
to
in
it.
Geodly somehow.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, I think we ticked her off.
Oh, good.
Anything else we can do?
If she leaves her room, we can do stuff.
Oh, ghostly mom. Oh, do we have to unlock this?
Oh, like, you don't even have to do anything with that. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It literally doesn't matter. That's dumb. So do we just sleep?
Yeah, it's not what you think it is.
Oh. Okay.
Please do not use kids slang. Everyone reaches an age. I'm gonna be real with
No.
you here. Everyone reaches an age where they can no longer keep up with the slang. that
I
they
know
use.
I'm at that age.
Yeah.
I know I'm at that
It's
age.
time to
I
give
just
up
thought I
and, like,
knew what that word
No,
meant.
absolutely not. In the vaguest of terms, yeah, but the connotations are all wrong.
Okay. So when do we sleep till?
10 a.m. I don't know. Like, I'm not super
So defeated.
I'm not super invested in catching Abby, because, like, she doesn't matter. Spoiler. I don't like that noise.
Yeah, I know, right?
The only fond memories I have of that alarm clock, come from reading late at night using the red glow from the digital numbers to light up the pages.
Gosh.
We weren't supposed to be awake.
I know, but there had to have been a better way to go about that.
The street lamps weren't always bright
Oh my
enough to shine
gosh.
through the windows. We didn't have a flashlight. The only thing we had that glowed was
Okay, so I just
open, open, open.
go back there and twiddle my thumbs
I mean, that's what I'd do.
until 11?
12.
12?
Sorry. Look through the eyes. Look through the eyes. Look through the
can
eyes.
can I just stay there?
Like, that was my thought.
Because usually in games like
Look!
oh,
He's doing something suspicious. He's in a library looking at
be sure to tuck.
books.
That's it.
Lewis, are you in there?
I'll be right there.
That's so suspicious. He took a book!
He's hiding something in his brief.
He's hiding something. What could it be?
Okay, so we have to go take a peek.
Go look at that book. Book, 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 book.
By the way, if I was ever rich enough to make a mansion, you best believe I'd be making stuff like that. Like,
heck yeah.
Dang, that's cool.
Okay, which side are you on?
I'm on the left side.
4, 6, 3. I mean 5, 3. And then the other side is 4, 8, 6, 8. That's suspicious.
Through our own voices.
Gumbo.
Gumbo foo. That sounds not important, but Nancy is super transfixed on it. Anyway, so close it, it doesn't matter. You just need those words.
Okay.
Look at everything else. Look, it's paper. Paper with words.
Shut up.
Look at the other
We're
things.
not going to pay attention to the fact he has matches.
Like, maybe he smokes, I don't know. Stop judging. I mean, like, judge pretty harshly, but still.
Suspicious.
He circled things! Only criminals circle things!
Is there... No, there was a... Oh, gosh.
No, that was it. That was fine.
Okay.
Go call
Do we
Emily.
leave?
Go call Emily. Go call Emily.
Go call Emily. Go call He'll think nothing of the fact that we just walked out of his office.
No, because he's talking with Rose or Abby or someone. I don't know.
Okay, so...
5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I have had to manually dial so many numbers in Nancy Drew games that legitimately, when I write down the numbers, my 5s are just little squiggles. It's like squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
Do you know what the words gumbo foo mean?
And she's like, look, I'll look it up, but I need to go.
It may have something to do with the house. In the meantime, I'll ask my friends about it.
Door just opened and closed.
I should get going. Goodbye, Emily.
Call anytime.
Okay,
So
go
now
talk
what?
to people. By the way, when you talk to Lewis, he's going to ask you a question. Do not click the answer. When he asks you this question, we are going to complain a little. Oh, he's not there. It doesn't matter. Go talk to Rose.
Rose. Mm.
I don't care. Oh no, wait. See if Abby's in her room. That's more important.
We just talked to her.
Did we? I don't care. Wow, it creaks, but only on this side. I wonder if that's important. Foreshadow. It's 4. Floor shadow.
Oh, there was a...
Yeah,
I'm
creepy
clicking
ghost.
through way too fast. I want to... Do you know what
Do you know
gumbo...
what gumbo foo means?
At least it's not as bad as Lorbo's.
I love gumbo. What kind of gumbo is gumbo?
Do you know anything about notebooks?
Oh, that game. That was
I'll
pretty
let you
bad.
get back to what you were doing.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now. Okay, girl.
I love how she leaves her room unlocked.
Okay. I love it too. I don't know. Guess we're talking to Rose now.
Do you know what
Oh, I
gumbo?
thought
Talk
that's what
to
you told
Charlie.
Okay.
But I can
It
remember.
doesn't matter.
I can
None
see
of these
you're busy.
people matter.
I'll let you go.
Charlie
Really?
sounds like a boy's name, but for some reason, because of Good Luck Charlie, I now always think of it as a girl's name.
Yep. I don't, but like I acknowledge that this is a thing you're experiencing. I validate your feelings.
Oh, shut up.
Do you know what the words gumbo foo mean?
Like, she is really hung up on this. She's like, I saw a man read a book. This was abnormal.
Hasta la pasta.
He's guilty. Throw him in chains. Now is not the time to quote Jenny Nicholson.
What? Okay,
So
so
that's
now
not
what
her.
do we do?
Break into Abby's room.
But it's 11:15.
So what? I want to go in her room.
Oh wait, is the dude?
No, the dude is not.
The dude is not.
The dude works at noon. Is it noon right
noon?
now?
In a half hour it'll be.
Krieg, it kills me that you walk up the noisy side every time.
I walk up the convenience side.
I like creaking.
We are arguing.
We are not arguing. We are disagreeing loudly.
Oh,
That's so scary. I'm convinced there is such thing as ghosts.
There is such thing as ghosts.
Hello.
She is such a good whatever she's supposed to be. This chair is very big. Sorry.
Now what do?
Go talk to Lewis.
Now what do?
Go talk to Lewis.
Now what do?
Lewis. No, that's not the more convenient side. It just makes
It is
noise.
because it means I'll be pointed towards the door.
I don't like the creaking.
You aren't even wearing the headphones.
No, but it says creak in big pink letters. Oh man. Look at burnt.
Look at burnt.
Paper. Oh yeah, now talk to Rose. I mean after you look at the other burnt paper. Nancy will be like, that paper was burnt. As though there was a fire. Suspicious.
Oh, nothing.
I'm sorry, you wanted to do this game because it was spooky. Am I ruining that?
No, like, to be completely honest, this game I like more just because it's nostalgic.
It's pretty. And nostalgic, like that helps.
Like, admittedly, the atmosphere isn't as on point in this game as it is in, like, Ghost Dogs.
Well, okay. Yeah, Ghost Dogs is pretty killer.
Yeah.
But it's...
she's not here.
Bummer. Go talk to Lewis. Abby, she's out from 3 to 6. So talk to Lewis, go to bed till 3.
Who's Charlie? Oh, that's the guy.
He's the guy in the basement. Just picture him as a girl now.
Please. No.
I was very confused as to what you were doing. Because I didn't chant his name in that. Oh, it's fun. It's like I'm playing the game, but you're playing it.
What a shame to have lost those papers. And to think that
Doesn't he just sound evil?
Rose is very fortunate to have you here.
It sounds like he knows he's like, or no, like it almost sounds like he's a bad actor, you know? What a shame to have lost those papers. Like,
I'm devastated that all the evidence somehow disappeared. You could say that it's a bad thing that this just happened.
I'm somewhat isolated here. With these thick
Were the papers valuable? It's short. Click it. It's short. Click it.
Were the papers very valuable?
Not for my purposes,
Ask questions,
no,
eval
but they
does.
must have had some sentimental value.
Just talk to him. He's lonely.
I was wondering whether you knew anything about someone named E. Valdez.
No, don't. Please stop.
E. Valdez.
Okay? I'm gonna kick you in
No,
the
I've
head if
never
you don't
heard of
stop
that
that in 3.
But
Thank
I'll
you.
jot it down and let you know if I come across it anywhere.
What kind of antique store do you...
It's okay, violence is fine as long as it's
Gallery, not a
domestic.
store.
That's
Specializing in the Victorian period. I have clients from all over the world, and if I don't have what they're looking
Was this
for,
house
I
once a hotel?
Was this house once a...
And do you have any other exposition that you could give me?
The house has been renovated many times, but several of its original
Exposition. Exposition.
indicate that it may have been a hotel.
This is how people talk.
Unfortunately, there are no records on this house before 1906.
Ugh, this is not worth wearing glasses.
Do you know what gumbo means?
Where did you hear that?
Where did you hear that?
No, no! Okay. Think carefully. Someone who's deranged enough to read books in a library just asked you where you heard something. Should you tell the truth or lie?
Truth.
This is why everyone murders you every hour.
How are you not murdered every hour? Yeah, okay.
If you tell the
magazine.
truth, you get kicked out of the house.
Really?
For being too woke or something, I don't know.
I read about it in a magazine.
Isn't that kind of telling?
As I recall,
Yes.
it means House of Great Books. After the Great Earthquake, many books and documents
Well,
were stored
it's
in private
because
vaults
you
to save
snooped
from
in his
fires.
things.
The Chinese
Because that's
called
the
those
only book
houses
that could ever have
gumbo
that
fu.
word in it. And the only person allowed to snoop in here is Abby. And so, I mean, it's just sort of common courtesy. Oh gosh, I don't care about any of
Lizzie
this.
Applegate was.
None of this is important. Like, it's one of those things where it's world building for world building's
Very
sake.
generous, and left all of her money to the
And
Ladies' Protection
I'm
Society.
not into that
What was
so
the
much.
Ladies' Protection
Like, you need to get me
Well, this
really
is
invested.
history
In the early
stuff.
19th.
Well, okay, I don't believe that this is... See, that's the problem, because they will make up fake history.
Oh, that.
And so as far as I know, this is just more fake
some cheap
history.
Chinatown souvenir.
Because they don't have a clear delineation.
What a
And
phoenix.
so I refuse to learn
It's a mythical
when it could just be a
creature
fake
that builds
history
a
that they
nest
made
every
up
500 years and
to
then sets itself on fire
have
to rise
this,
forth, reborn from
I
its
don't know,
ashes.
seem
It's a very
cooler.
popular symbol in the Bay Area.
You can either be Carmen Sandiego or Mist, but being both is a little weird.
Certainly. He's rough around the edges.
And you are
but
almost
Iowa
done, in
learns
case you're
very
wondering.
quickly.
The game?
It's just what Rose
Like, I
and
can't remember much more that happens.
We haven't found a jewel yet
What?
for the eye.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So what else do I do?
you need to snoop in Abby's room. Go to sleep until 3.
Okay.
Also, you just need to be in your room, so it works
I
out.
am in my room.
You need to be in your room.
My room?
Go left! Go left! Go left!
I think you were in the parlor, either burning candles or using that.
You hear? You don't need to investigate every time you hear something. What are you trying to be, a detective
The
or
two
something?
ladies are arguing.
Oh! Go for it. Try opening the door. Sweet.
So we can't hear them anymore.
Maybe they're arguing.
Okay.
No.
But
There.
here?
Yep.
This?
Yeah, something's not missing now.
Oh.
See, she knew that that was an ornate spider-shaped hole in the jewelry box. I wonder if you can skip the part of the game where you find the tape. Wait, are you here to tell me that the ghosts aren't real? Well, let's back up. Is Abby not a real psychic? What?
Okay.
I need a tape.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Try going into the basement.
But it's not 3.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't remember when Charlie stops working.
Wasn't it 3?
I don't know.
Well, it's 1
I should
something.
return the spider so Abby doesn't suspect anything.
Yeah, okay.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
It is later than you think. Unless it's exactly as late as you think.
I
In
believe
which case it's as late
that
as
it
you
is
think.
13 o'clock. No, but for real, if you need to...
I'm okay with finishing this if you're okay with finishing this.
To be honest, I don't remember. I feel like we're close to the end, because I only remember 3 more puzzles. But we might need to talk to some people. What time is it? No, I mean... Oh, bless your heart. I
It's
meant...
9.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, how about...
Gosh.
I'm tired. Okay, so I'm actually like... It's valid that I'm tired. Yeah,
You're
it's...
validated.
Validated. Okay.
Validated.
Yeah, I'd say we can finish up this game. Like, it won't... It might take another half hour. Depending
Okay.
upon...
So I'll save it once again and nothing's saved here.
Okay, well, thank you for coming to our stream. You need to leave now.
Yep, I think that's a good note to end on, to leave on, to end the leave.
Go away. Not
Go
welcome.
away! You are not wanted here any longer.
Yeah, like... Leave. Go.